Hello and welcome everyone. Today we are diving back into Modern. I'm a little bit sick, so apologies if my voice sounds a bit different than usual. I've also made some changes to the channel. If you can see, I've made some changes to my screen and made a small border for the camera, so this should be better. Let me know if this is an improvement. Also made the camera a bit smaller. Small changes. Let me know how you feel about them. Always interesting. I'm just trying some stuff out. Anyway, recently, after the Pro Tour, where we had some Modern gameplay, friend of mine, Jacob Siegel, and also Infect lover, texted me and he said, "Hey man, what do you think about this meta specifically?" And I just glanced at the meta of the Modern Pro Tour, and Jesus, that's really good for Infect. That's at least how it felt to me. Let me just pop this on screen real quickly here. There you go. So that's the Modern meta that most pros were playing. Now let's just dive in at what we see here, right? There is currently a lot of combo in Modern, which is a good sign to be playing Infect. Like, if this was the Pro Tour and I was playing, what are the decks that I'm afraid of? That's basically Boros Energy. That's a deck that I'm a little bit afraid of. And also we have Domain Zoo. That can also be scary. But that's pretty much it. Against everything else, I would feel fine getting paired up against, especially like stuff like Belcher, for instance, or Tron. Those are usually very, very good matchups. Oh, I should also note that Esper Blink can be really scary. That's a difficult matchup. However, this feels like a meta where I do want to play Infect. So I decided, you know what, Jacob, let's just do some back and forth. And we quickly came towards a new deck, blue-green with TIFA, which is a big, big upgrade for the deck. And after some back and forth, we quickly came to a list, and he went 3-0 immediately with it at a local tournament, and I played the list online, and I went 4-1 with it. So I'm excited about this. Now, I should note that we have, I think right now in Infects, in a spot where we have very good matchups, but also some very bad ones. A deck that notably is not present here is Grixis Reanimator, for instance, or you have basically all the frog decks. Those are challenging, and those are just bad matchups. And I decided to go for a new route where I tried fixing the matchup for a while, but now I just figured, you know what I'm going to do? Boros Energy and the frog decks are bad matchups. I'm just going to accept that that's true, and I'm just going to go towards improving all the ones that are good, because there's a lot of percentages here that you can gain, and you can spike an event, I think, if you manage your deck correctly. So let's dive into the list. Generally, I love the inclusion of TIFA. She is perfect for Infect. It's everything that we need. It's basically just a built-in way to have a way to deal trample damage, which is really, really awesome. The big part about TIFA is that if you just have one pump spell in a fetch land, that means she has 20 damage immediately with trample. So you can see I've upped the amount of fetch lands I'm playing. I'm playing 10 fetch lands with this. This is clearly a signal that I love to play TIFA Lockhart. And in case of the lands, you can see I'm mostly playing 2 Inkmoth Nexus and only I'm playing 2 Glistener Elves. That's just sign of the times. I have been not very happy with both Nexus and Glistener Elf. I think it's just a thing of the past. You need to be able to get through, and there's so many flyings around, and elves just always get blocked. Not great. And then we have TIFA Lockhart, best creature right now, so we will be playing 4 of her, and it's been working out great. I'm also playing 2 Ignobles because this deck is quite mana hungry, more than you'd expect. 2 Spell Pierce, 4 Preordains. Sideboard is relatively stock, 2 Veiler Summers against blue-black stuff. We have the Endurances for the graveyard stuff. 2 Glistener Elf in the side, because sometimes, for example, against quick combo decks like Belcher or Storm, you really want to have more creatures. 1 Harbinger of the Seas to shut down some of these heavy land-based decks. You can see I'm only playing 2 Forests, which is funny. So sometimes I just get 2 Breeding Pools or some other lands, play the Harbinger, and then I suddenly also have islands. So definitely fetch up these Forests if you need to. 2 Consigns, 2 Spell Pierce, 2 Force of Vigors, and 2 Torpor Orbs, because we have a lot of Blink effects and Ephemerate effects, so I think you need them. And that's pretty much it. I've been very happy with the league I played, so let's see if we can prove to you that the deck is right for the meta right now. Let's see if we can just dodge some of these aggro decks, shall we? Let's dive in. Okay, on the play, let's keep. They play Bean Coast, so we're probably playing against Belcher. So it should be a good matchup. Wish I had a Spell Pierce here, but I guess I can't complain. Let's just play a Noble. I think I'm just going to play Noble Hierarch, not Ignoble. That's the best one. They play a land and pass. Sure. Okay, we have protection. That's good. So, yeah, looking pretty good. Can't complain. Let's see if they have a counter for Bladder Agents. They could have Disrupting Shoal. If they don't, then I think we are very well set up. If they do, at least we have Preordained to find another threat. Called it. Okay, so let's preordain. Apparently I clicked through the turn. That's unfortunate. Now we could just be dead and it wouldn't matter. They exiled Lotus Bloom. Okay. I do have Hedge Maze, so it's not the end of the world. Inkmoth Nexus. Well, I find my threat. That's good. Wouldn't have been able to play that last turn anyway, so at least it's something. Let's preordain. I'm digging now for Spell Pierce. Do I want TIFA here? Don't think so. I already have my threat, so I think I'm just going to get rid of both. Okay, fail to find Spell Pierce, so be it. Let's play the Ignoble. If they don't win next turn, we win, so that's good. War of Invention. Okay, so I think we're going to be dead. Let's see how it plays out. So this is usually how the matchup goes. Belcher is very popular right now, which is great for us. I love playing as Belcher. This is also why we're playing Velar Summers, we're playing the Spell Pierces, we're playing the Glistener Elves. A lot of good stuff that we have against them, and they need usually Disrupting Shield to stop you. Oh, looks like we are going to get another turn. Nice. They have one card in hand, so let's see how many, if it's a counter spell or not. So Groundswell is live. The reason why I'm playing 4 Groundswells is, of course, I'm playing 10 fetch lands, so Groundswell is much, much better than other pump spells. Okay, so that resolves. Let's slam in. So I'm hoping that they now just have a bounce spell in hand that they want to use, because I have Snakeskin, so... They have Subtlety. That's unfortunate. Okay, this is why you don't Groundswell immediately, so they are just going to block. I couldn't not play Scale Up, I need to do that. Still not unhappy, they have an empty hand, and we still have 1 pump spell, so we can still kill them relatively quickly. 2-turn clock, basically. They just play a land, excellent. Let's draw a pump spell and win. Easy, easy. See, so this is the reason why you should be playing Infect right now. It's really strong in this combo-heavy meta. So I like Elf, I like Velar Summer, and I like Spell Pierce. And the card I'm always curious about is if I want to play Consign to Memory or not. The thing is, Consign to Memory, it does a lot of work. It also stops like the Specimen and and of course the Goblin Charbelcher, so I probably should play it, I think. Of course, I do need cards that I can cut, so these are going to be maybes. These are much better. What I do is, since I have the Glistener Elves, which are pretty much the same as Blooded Agents or the TIFAs, I prefer to have Blooded Agent in this matchup. TIFA is also fine, but I think I'm just going to, since I bring in 2 more Elves, I'm going to trim these. And also trim down on the Ignobles. That's usually because they don't play that many removal spells, so we don't need as much fast mana. And then what you do, you just take out some of the slow stuff, Snakeskin, Veils, and the Royal Treatments. You just want to win as soon as possible. Because you have Velar Summon and Spell Pierce, which are pretty much the same, and also stop them from preventing you or them winning themselves. So I think I'm going to play the Consigns. Let's see how it goes, and then I'm just going to cut 2 more Royal Treatments and call it a day. I don't want to bring in stuff like Force of Vigor because they usually just go for it when they are safe. Spell Pierce is really nice in this matchup, so let's keep. They play a land and exile Lotus Bloom. Fine. I'm going to preordain straight away. Not unhappy. I think I want to have both, really. Yeah, let's keep. What I want to do next turn is I always want to have the option of being able to Spell Pierce, so I will play the Fetch Land and Noble. And just chill. Afterwards, I can play Nexus and Agent, or TIFA Lockhart if I find another fetch land soon. But I'm going to draw the fetch land, so I could also, next turn, just play TIFA. They don't have Lotus Bloom yet, so that does put them under a lot of pressure. I don't hate that, because I'm going to win, and I have protection, so maybe I should just do that. Yeah, let's go. Let's see if they counter. If they do, I still have Nexus, so it's not the end of the world. Resolves, nice. So if we untap, we probably win, especially with Vines and Spell Pierce. They bounce into the Floodmoor. They miss a land drop, that's really good. So do I want to play Agent or Lockhart now? I think in this situation, whatever I do, I definitely want to be able to Spell Pierce. Since I don't know what's coming, and I'm probably going to have to Spell Pierce next turn, it's probably better for me to play Blighted Agent. Or I could also play the Noble. I think I'd rather have the Blighted Agent here. Play Subtlety, that's fine. I don't even need Blooded Agent, so I'm just going to put it on the bottom. They will get the Bloom. And I can tell you one thing, people will not expect Spell Pierce from the Infect deck anymore, so that's really good for us. Tameshi. Nothing I can do against that. They bring back the Bloom. Do it again. There's an argument for bringing Endurance to stop this from happening, but I just don't like doing that. I'm just going to let them do their thing. And I'm hoping that they don't get too much mana so I can Spell Pierce, because again, people don't play around Spell Pierce very often. We will see if they fall for the trap. They do keep up exactly 2 mana to pay for the spell pierce, so I'm dead. Even looking back on this, I just don't really like Endurance. They need exactly Tameshi and already Lotus Bloom in the graveyard, so I'm just not sure if I should be bringing in Spell Pierce. Endurance here. Maybe I should, but I think I'd rather just try and win. I think that's better. So I'm just not going to change anything. I could also just not play the Consign to Memories, but I think the same thing. I think it's too good. Or maybe I play the TIFAs or like these protection spells are also fine. You can see we have a lot of good cards here. I'm just going to submit. Yes, hand's fine. I'm going to keep. Now, the reason why Elf is so good in this matchup is that they actually have less ways to counter Glistener Elf than they can do with Blooded Agents. They don't have that many converted mana cost 1 spells. They have a few, don't get me wrong, but it's more difficult for them. Resolve's nice. If they have a bounce spell, they should probably do it immediately. They preordain. That's a good signal. I'm going to preordain first as well. Digging for Spell Pierce. Or Protection. Pendelhaven, not bad. Let's preordain first. Okay, so I can kill them next turn. I think that should be good enough. Let's leave it on top. Play the Pendle. Play the Noble, slam in. They could have a blocker, of course, but so be it. Slam in for 2. They play a land, pass. Okay, let's try and kill him. Spell Pierce. That is the perfect draw here. I'm going to start out... I should probably fetch first. You never know. It's a bit safer. I'm actually going to start out by casting Vines of Vastwood, because that means I have protection from a potential bounce spell. If they do have it, then I can Spell Pierce. If they have like bounce and force negation, so be it. But if they had a bounce spell, they would have used it last turn, which is why I'm trying to do this now. Okay, they do have it. Let's Spell Pierce. And in case this all goes wrong, I can still now just replay Glistener Elf. Okay, so they do have it all. Unfortunate, but still not the end of the world. I'm now going to recast this Glistener Elf. Oh. Ooh, I was not expecting that. They decide to force negation Vines of Vastwood. That means I'm going to Groundswell. Because now I just need to attack next turn and win. Why would they not counter the Spell Pierce? Okay, let's see what they have left. Sign to Memory. Let's preordain. I don't need another one. I just want to have Protection Spell now or Spell Pierce, so let's draw. Blooded Agents. Not bad. I mean, this means that I can just play 2 threats and I need double bounce spell. Very possible that they just don't have anything, though. This is funny. -2, -0. Okay. So that happens. Do I want to play Blooded Agent here? I guess I do. Had I used Pendelhaven, I would have dealt 1, so still not lethal. Doesn't change all that much, really. So now they need 2 bounce spells, or they need to win the game, which is highly unlikely. It's looking pretty good for us. I also have Consign. Yeah, we just win. Nice. So as you can see, Belcher, really good matchup for us. They need pretty much everything, and they have so much difficulties of stopping us. This is a very, very good matchup. And as I said, this is why I think Infect is well positioned right now, because you will play against this deck a lot. Next round. On the draw. Not great, but I do have Preordained, so I'm going to keep. Uh-oh, Witch Blessed Meadow. I'm scared. This usually signals a Blink deck, and we struggle against those. Now, we do have double Vines, so at least that's something. Called it. Interesting that they decide to go for Solitude on Noble, though. I guess they have Ephemerate. No, they just want to get rid of the bird. Okay. I mean, I'm not unhappy about that. There we go. Off to the races here. So this is a challenging matchup. Very scary for us. Let's preordain here. I don't want any of these. No threats. I need threats. Let's Hedge Maze. There we have the threat we need. Put it on top. Let's see what they put into the grave. They leave the card on top. Okay, cool. Bit afraid of Ophelia now. That's the card I'm most worried about currently. Ideally, I would just want to wait another turn so I have Royal and Vines up all the time, but I can't wait too long. They have 4 cards in hand too. I just need to play this and hope that 1 protection spell is good enough. They need 2 more removal spells now. They already had a Solitude, already pitched a card, so Ophelia. Yes, that's scary, because what's going to happen is this enters right. So when it attacks, it's going to exile 1 other target non-land, which is of course going to be the Overlord. What happens is then it enters, so they mill 4, then they return a non-avatar creature card from the hand, or to your hand, which is going to be the I guess Emperor of Bones? Maybe Quantum Riddler. I don't know. Luckily, not the best cards in the graveyard just yet. But yeah, it won't be long. They also already have Solitude in hand. Let's keep that in mind. Flicker Wisp. I'm okay with that. I just want to... Since they tapped out, this is really good because Royal Treatment works with Ward 1. So I'm kind of hoping that I can use that to my advantage. If we untap with this situation, we win because we have Scale Up and Groundswell. And then we win. So that's good. Overlord comes back. Let's see, anything that I am worried about? Nope, not yet. Flicker Wisp here. So I would really, really want to Royal Treatment here, but if I do that, I know about the Solitude. So what I need to happen is I need to be able to protect twice, right? So next turn, so my agent is only going to come back at the start of the next turn. So what's going to happen here is I'm going to be taking 11 damage, but that should be fine. And then in my turn, I want to try and kill them. So I'm hoping to draw land. I did not find a land. Okay, just pass the turn, get my agent. Really hoping that I don't have to fetch because that would mean I no longer have my Groundswell. Emperor, that happens. The exile, sure. They will now adapt. And now we have the Overlord with haste, so that is a bit of an issue. They do get Solitude. So now I'm thinking about responding here. They return Philia, interesting. Because what I want to do is I want to be able to, of course, block with Blood Agent. So I may have to... I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to, when they attack Vines, I expect a Solitude in response, and then Royal Treatment. I think I need to do this now before they can potentially bring back another Solitude. What I can do next turn is I have Scale Up and Vine, so it's probably better for me to Groundswell if I don't draw land. So I guess I want to start with Royal Treatment, see what they do. I do like that. Yeah, let's do that. Because this means since they are tapped out, because of the ward, this is so powerful because it puts them under so much pressure. They basically need Solitude now or never again. There we go. And now I can Vines. But I think it's even more safe for me to Groundswell. What am I saying, Groundswell? I don't want to do that. Just Royal Treatment again. Yeah, let's Royal Treatment again. And hope they don't have another Solitude. Okay, so that works. Nice. So Solitude enters. That goes away. Another treatment. Now they can do all of this. I don't really care. I take the Philia on that. Okay, that's good because I don't even need to block now. That makes it a lot easier for me. I actually think they should not have done that. They bring back the Solitudes, but keep in mind, Blood Agent does have Ward, which is excellent. And as I said, I'm not even going to block. And you can see why I'm playing 4 of the Royal Treatments. It's so powerful. The Ward 1 is just, it's ridiculously good. It really is. That comes back, and it all doesn't matter. Wow, this is, I'm not going to lie, it's really, really cool that we are going to be able to win this game. I'm quite happy about that. And I think we did play it very well. Okay, let's see if we get them. But we should. They have, they could possibly have Solitudes, but with the Ward 1, it's so awesome because it just gets counted. So good stuff. You can win good, bad matchups if you play correctly. And they concede. Nice. Really, really nice. So in a sideboard, we have Chopper Orb specifically for this matchup. I don't think there's anything else that we want. Maybe Veil of Summer. They do have Fatal Push and Thoughtseize, so I guess I should play Veil of Summer. Conditional Elf is awful in this matchup. In fact, I'm just going to get rid of him. And Spell Pit is also not that great. They rely on creatures, so I'm just going to cut these. So just cut the worst cards for Drop Orbs and Veil of Summons. That's really good. Let's submit. Now, the previous win is already a bonus because, as I said, this is probably the most difficult matchup for us alongside the aggro decks. But as I said, we played it really well and we were able to navigate through the barrage of counter magic and stuff. Counter magic, removal spells. So let's see if we can do that again. I mean, yeah, this is everything that I want. Let's keep just a bunch of threats. Have them remove all of them. Thoughtseize. Yeah, this is fine because my hand's really good against Thoughtseize. I'm not going to lie, I don't even know what they should take here. It doesn't matter, really. I guess TIFA. Agents. Sure. I'm expecting my Noble to die, so I'm going to play the worst one first. They fetch for Fountain and have Overlord. They're down to 13, so maybe this is wishful thinking, but TIFA is going to be really good if this is how it's going to be going. I'm actually thinking about just playing TIFA and not Blooded Agents. Yeah, I think it's the best thing to do. If I draw a pump spell next turn, they are just so dead. I'm going to play Nexus and Tifa. I do have Vines to protect her, that's the idea. And I'm going to go for Beatdown. As I said, one fetch land here and we are golden. Play a fetch land and pass. Okay, so let's draw that fetch land. Not a fetch land. So I guess I should just slam in. Now the question is, do I want to play Blooded Agents? Honestly, I don't think I do. I think I just want to play Noble and slam in. Get the damage in. Since I draw another Tifa, that's really good. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna play Noble. Slam in. Unfortunately, Tifa is legendary, otherwise this would be perfect. And the good part here is that the way this is shaping out, what I can do is I can still just, if they do get rid of Tifa, I can still just win with Inkmoth Nexus if I draw land. 3 damage. Maybe I should bring in, if we go to game 3, Harbinger of the Seas against them. I think I'm going to do that. If we do end up going to game 3, it's definitely something that they will not be expecting. I like Harbinger, but it shuts down Inkmoth Nexus, but that's why I'm only playing 2. They fetch. Go down. And we are at a state where if I now Groundswell Vines a Noble, that's 9. So this is scary for them. Very scary. Put Thorses in the graveyard, that's signaling a lot. They don't want to go down any lower. Down to 8. What I love about Tifa is the fact that she plays around Bowmasters too. Wrath. Yeah, nothing I can do about that. That's a good one. So I'm just going to replay Tifa Lockhart again. It's so bad that we didn't draw land last turn. Let's draw one now. We do not. Then I'm going to play... Yeah, I'm just going to play Tifa again. Again, 1 land. That's all we need. Now that I know that they're playing Wrathless Skies, maybe I leave in Spell Pierce. Ending, that's fine. Again, I just want to find the land. Now I play Agent, play the land. Looks like they are basing their removal suite a bit more in the wildcard zone. So I think I'm going to cut the Veils for Spell Pierce again. Land? Not a land. But I'm just going to play down Blooded Agents. They fetch the back street and leave it on top. Okay. Push. Lots of removal spells. Is that like... We had push, ending, wrath. They play witch, that's fine. No land. Let's play noble, pass. They have any creatures in here? They have another overlord. So currently, we can still win through all of this. They slam in, ouch. They find Solitude and Quantum Riddler. They return to Ferry, okay. I guess they bounce noble. So again, I just want to draw land, kill the Teferi, and we're good. I'm going to need to kill the Teferi regardless, so... Again, no land, unfortunate. What I could also do, yeah, I think I'm just going to do... I'm just going to play Noble and pass. The idea here is next turn, I'm going to draw a land. I'm going to try to. And then try to kill him with regular damage. But, yeah, after playing this game, it feels like the only reason we lost here is because we failed to find a land a couple of times. Had we found one, I think we would have just won. But we are dead, right? Yeah, let's concede. Unlike about the Mana Screw, let's play the Harbinger. And let's play 2 Spell Pierces here. What we are going to do is cut these Veil of Summers. The way they were playing is they were relying much more on the removal spell. So I'm going to cut 1 Torpor Orb and submit. His hand's bad. His hand's bad too, but I'm not going to mulligan to 5. So, bad start. Unfortunate, because I think we definitely should have won last game. But Mana Screw is a thing. Let's play Ignoble and pass. We do have Hedge Maze with the land, and we have 4 Preordains as well. If they Thoughtseize me, that's fine. And if they push the Noble, that's also fine. Called it. What did they take? Vines. Okay. Another bad draw. Let's slam in. They just play a land. Let's get Hedge Maze here. Pump Spell, that's not what I want. Threat, please. Technically, it's a threat. I've been considering playing Invisible Stalker again in the sideboard. Maybe time to try it out. Guess they have Philia. Yes, they do. Again, I'm pretty close to killing them. Because if I have a fetch land, Groundswell deals 4. So I'm slamming in for 7. That means 2-turn clock. So if I would have a Invisible Stalker here, that would be good. I could consider maybe cutting the Torpor Orbs for 2 Invisible Stalkers, maybe? Yeah, I'm going to try that out soon. Boom, damage! Okay, cool. Wrath for 1, that's unfortunate. Feeling really unlucky here in games 2 and 3. Not going to lie. Especially since I said this is a difficult matchup, but it feels like I should have won game 2. And this one, a bunch of bad hands, but, well, I mean, it's Magic. Let's see if we can still squeeze out a win here. No, who knows? Winning with a Noble would be would be really cool. Fetch down to 5. Sure. Teferi. Yeah, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to Royal Treatment. This is funny because it's so weird, but I think it does make sense at this state. They fail to push no spawns. Okay, so the game is over, I think. Didn't find a single threat. So I'm just going to draw 1 card and then concede. But I'm not going to lie, this loss feels extremely, extremely bad. Well, we draw Inkmoth Nexus. Technically, it's not game over. Let's, as long as we can potentially squeeze out a win, let's try. But this loss does feel extremely sour. They have a flying now. Thoughtseize, sure. Let's draw 1 card here. A fetch land. Nope. The universe did not want me to win this game. Yeah. Sour loss. Sour loss. Let's go to next round. So this hand is pretty good. But I need a land. I'm going to draw. I'm going to keep. They cast Saga and Shadow Spear. Sure. Let's draw land. Yes. Well done. We got the land and the elf. Affinity it is. Sure. Also relatively good matchup. Edgemay is not the best. I just need to slam down TIFA. Let's see if they are able to counter it. And then just next turn, draw a fetch land and annihilate them. That would be so sweet. She really is powerful. I haven't been able to show it, but mainly because of not drawing lands last time. They make a construct, sure, as they should. Make another one. Fetch an artifact. If the spell bomb, that's a good one. Slam in. I will not do anything. Now here's the good part though. I'm gonna draw fetch land and I don't care about spell bomb. Nope. Okay. So let's think. What I want to do here is try and bait them. Now I definitely need TIFA to win the game. So what I think I want to do is probably try and bait him into blocking the Glistener Elf with Construct token. So I think the best thing for me to do is Edgemate first because I want to find the land. Could have scale upped and then done this, but that means we would have gotten to like 12, 13, 14, something like that, and then they could have blocked, so that's not an option. I need a fetch land on top here. There we go, so that makes it easy. This means I no longer need scale up on TIFA. Now, wait. What I can also do is I could also just block with Glistener Elf. That's probably safer, right? I think that's better. I have 2 protection spells. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Because imagine if I like scale up Glistener Elf, right, and they don't block, I feel awful because that means I've just lost the game. This is much safer. TIFA makes for really cool gameplay and important decisions. Thought Monitor, don't care. As long as they don't have counter magic. Okay, so they are going to attack. I am just gonna block. No reason not to. Okay, so now I'm going to scale up first. That's sorcery speed, so I need to do that. And now I'm going to play this fetch. That's 24 damage right there. Now in response, they will do this as expected. So I'm going to Royal Treatment first. If they have counter magic, then I'm going to Snakeskin. As you do. Okay. Nope. And now Snakeskin. Boom. That does not happen. Get the forest. Make her a million, and win the game. Look at this. Beautiful. 28-5. Who needs Infect? Nice. Again, we played this really nice, and it paid off. Wow. This is so cool. I'm loving this. Next game. Harbinger's good. Also Vigor's good. Not really the biggest fan of Spell Pierce. It's not bad, but nothing more. They do have Blood Moon, so I guess I should play some number of them. Elf is really bad. It's never going to do any damage. I should probably not play Harbinger. It's too slow, especially on the draw. Not sure if I want more Spell Pierce, though. Also Vigor, just 1. It's good enough. Yeah, I'm just going to do that. Submit. Medium, but I'm going to keep since I have TIFA. And Beseju, which is really nice. They play and pass. Sure. Preordain. Nice. I'm going to start off with that. And I hope that you're seeing the power level of this deck. It has been really performing well, and TIFA is such a big upgrade. It's a bit surprising to me that other people have not tried it out yet. People are just sleeping on this deck, for real. Okay, so I don't need another TIFA. I just want to have Ignoble, because that's good. Do I want to Beseju Saga now? I don't think so, honestly. They play a bunch of stuff. What's this? Knolls of Gigs. Sure. All good stuff, whatever. They play Kappa Cannoneer. Fine, I can race that. That's just funny to say. I just need a pump spell. No pump spell. Guess I'm gonna play Pendle Noble. So we're getting close to a point where I can actually Beseju the Kappa Cannoneer. It's Ward 4, right? But if I have TIFA, it actually costs 1 less, so I can Beseju and pay for it. We'll see. I still think I just need a pump spell and we win. Okay, I do find the pump spell. That's good. Yeah, I really want to use this Beseju. I could like get rid of Saga and stuff like that, but I think I don't have the luxury of doing that. I'm just gonna play it like this. Play Tifa, pass, get some blockers in with these nobles. If they are not able to make the Cannoneer unblockable, we are good. Interesting game so far. It's clear that they want to make the Kappa Cannoneer unblockable. Kind of hoping that they make a construct. They do not. There we go. Let's see if they get to 10. 2 cards left. Needs to be 2 artifacts. Looks like they failed. Nice. So, block. I'm going to win with 1 life. I swear to God, that's so cool. Oh, they have Galvanic Blast. Okay. Nothing I could have done about it. That sucks. Let's concede. Any changes? Consign to memory, I guess. I think I want to bring in Consigns. Maybe it's better than Spell Pierce. Then again, what do I actually want them to not have resolving? Yeah, I don't think I want Consigns, really. I think Spell is better. Let's just submit again. And again, it should be noted that exactly Galvanic Blast is the only way how they could win. Usually a 2-of in the sideboard. So we almost got him again. This deck, dude, it feels really, really strong. Okay. I'm going to get Noble. Unfortunately, this is a Hedge Maze. Kind of wish this was another fetch land. Guess I can't complain, though. If I don't draw another fetch, I am just going to play Hedge Maze and do nothing. Bauble and Mox, sure. Mox doesn't tap for mana currently. Snakeskin. Okay, so Hedge Maze. Do I want another fetch land now? Not anymore, I think. Now I think I want to have another pump spell. Just going to slam in. Saga, sure. Haywire Might. Exile non-creature artifact or enchantment. What does that even hit at this point? Weapons manufacturing. What does that do? Non-target artifact you control deals damage to any target. No. We can't have that now, can we? Spell Pierce saving the day. Interesting. I also have agents, but actually Tifa is better. that's how powerful the card is. Tifa's better, so I'm not going to play the fetch land. This is why Tifa is so powerful. You just need 1 fetch land, 1 pump spell, and she's lethal. They play a fetch and pass. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to go for it. So play the fetch, trigger on the stack fetch. Let's see if they have counter magic. Didn't draw another pump spell, which is unfortunate. Otherwise, even if they had counter magic, we would still win. So not the best draws. Pretty unlucky there. But I'm hoping for removal. They fetch. They return. Excellent. Let's Snakeskin. So this is what I was hoping for, and which is most likely. But they could have another one. Okay, they just have it all. So be it. And now I'm going to play the Ignoble. Pass. So if we're going to lose here, I mean, let's watch at their hand. They had the best removal spell, they had counter magic, and a bounce spell. And that's all that they had drawn. So that's perfect for them. And we only drew a single pump spell, and we still almost got there. So I'm just saying this to show you that this is real. I mean, we very much just as easily could have won here. Any other pump spell, and the game would have been ours. Engine explosives, that's really okay. They put it on 1 though, which is interesting. Nexus. I'm just going to play everything. I am curious if they're going to blow it up. That means Spellbomb and Might is gone too. So I will not be unhappy. Explosives. I think they made a mistake. They actually accidentally put it on 0. Not paying for the mana. Oh no, they wanted to play this. Okay, sure. So they, well, they, they, they have pretty much everything. So okay, this game is over. Again, unfortunately, but I'm having a lot of fun, and this deck feels powerful. If you're watching just this and you've been wanting to play Infect, now is the time to do so. And TIFA Lockhart, just on her own, just immediately gives it such a big boost. Another land. Okay, so very bad draws here. Yeah, very good games, exciting stuff. Wow, man, this deck feels. It does not have to. How do I say it? It's not worse than all the other meta decks in Affinity and Esper mid range. And as I said, against Esper mid range and Affinity, we had a game for sure. Wow. Round 4. All right, so round 4 finally on play. Yes, please. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna keep. I have Besiju into Noble. So I'm not gonna mulligan this. If they kill Noble, I'm a bit in trouble, but if we draw land, we're good, so I'm just gonna keep. As is mine, okay. So I wasn't sure what I was gonna play, but now it's clear. Definitely gonna play Blighted Agent now. I have Scale Up and Might, so had we drawn land, this was just a guaranteed win, but I mean, if I'm playing against Tron, I just want to win as soon as possible. And even if they do get rid of this Blooded Agents, it's not like I'm definitely going to lose because I have TIFA. But here they do have a removal spell, so again, if we had a land, we would have had a guaranteed win. And now we'll see if we get there. Most of the games that I lost, very often came down to me being mana screwed. Okay, Glistener is a better draw, because that means I am able to protect it with Royal Treatment. So now it depends on, do they just have natural Tron in hand? If so, sucks to be me, and they do have it. So they have Ugin, Eye of Storm. Now I do have Royal Treatment, so that's nice. I can protect it. Very good. Let's see if they have a follow-up. That's basically double removal spell, so... Okay, so now the question is, do I draw land? If I draw land, I still win. So how unlucky are we? Doesn't really matter what they reveal. I'm going to win or I'm going to lose. It's that simple. They get Liquid Metal. Can the Shadows draw the land? Yes, easy. Easy. I mean, not much to be said here. Tron has always been one of the best matchups, and that's still true. So let's go to the next game. So against Tron, you really don't need all that much. Definitely bring in the Force of Vigors. Very often they have stuff like Shadows of the Void, have a lot of artifacts. So there's a lot of good cards here. I'm just going to show you all the cards that I like against them. That's all of these. So Spell Pierce, Consigns, Harbingers, Glistener, they are very good. The cards that I really, really want to have are these. Followed with Harbinger, it's good, but on the draw specifically, it might be too slow, and Spell Pierce is good, but not backbreaking. So what I generally don't like against Tron is I bring in 2 Glistener Elves, I take out 2 Tifas, it's a bit too slow, and then you usually just take out all the slow stuff, really. Preordain is not something that you can rely on too often. You need a very good opening hand, and Preordain requires too much time, so I very often cut a number of these. And let's just put these on the side. If I'm on the play, I think Harbinger is better, but on the draw, not so much. And then just trim down on some number of these protection spells. You want to be as fast as possible, right? So trim down 2 Snakeskin Veils. That's probably it. Apart from that, you're pretty well set up to do with whatever they're trying to do. Anything I want to change? Do I want to bring in the Spell Pierces? I have 2. I could cut down all Preordains, if I'm being honest. As I said, you don't have time to rely on Preordain too much. Then again, they also rely on creatures these days, like Devourer of Destinies, Glaring Flesh Rakers. So I think I'm just going to leave it as it is. Maybe I should just play 1 Harbinger. I guess it's too good not to play. And then probably cut 1 Royal Treatment and submit. I'm going to be very aggressive here with the mulligans. I mean, this is pretty funny. I do have Harbinger, so I'm going to keep. I do have turn 1 Glistener Elf. This is tempting. This is tempting. I think I'm just going to go for turn 1 Glistener Elf, though. It's too good not to play. They do have the tower. Then again, I don't have a fast kill, so maybe I'm talking myself out of this. Since I have Consign and Spell Pierce and Harbinger, maybe I just want to buy myself some time. I think I'm going to play the fetch here so I can get Hedge Maze. Although maybe I should get a Forest. But I definitely need another island to play the Harbinger, so I'm just going to chill. Disrupt the Flute. So what can they name that I really care about? I guess they will now name Blooded Agents. I'm just gonna, in response, fetch and then let it resolve. If it's not a land, it has to go away. So I'm gonna heal through turn here. They name scale up, fine. Royal treatment. Okay, I'm gonna play the breeding pool. Now, do I want to play Glistener Elf? I kind of like having this Harbinger, though, I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm just gonna preordain, dig for a land, and then next turn. Ooh, this is perfect because I want to have them all. Although I guess if I play Harbinger next turn, I think one is enough. I could also play Elf, chill, and then I have double Forest, get Harbinger. I think it's better to just take one land here. My hope is that they just tap out to play a big booty. I can prevent that from happening and then just play Harbinger, win the game from there. Mind Stone. I guess I don't really care about that. Force of Vigor, that's really good. Okay, so I'm just going to slam down this Harbinger. Then again, I'm talking myself out of this. What if they have removal? That would suck. So I guess it's safer to just play the Glistener Elf. Should probably fetch up a Forest to do that, though. Well, that's the Dismember. Looks like my decision is paying off. Royal treatment here. That works. Overall, I'm very happy with my performance this league. I think we played it really well so far. Just waiting for them to tap out, really. Thought not. So I'm going to consign that one. They only have one card left, so I'm just going to slam down this Harbinger. Nice, perfect. Let's get a Forest. Do I actually want a Forest? What do I want to be able to cast next turn? Spell Pierce or... Yeah, I guess Spell Pierce. I'm actually going to get a blue reading pool. Play the Harbinger. Have Spell Pierce up and the possibility to Force the Vigor. And since I have the Royal Treatment token here, I'm going to be slamming in for 2 damage each turn, and I have Groundswell, so we are pretty close to killing them. Mind Stone, that resolves. Land, nice, so let's slam in. Just going to Groundswell immediately. There we go. 1 card in hand, so not very afraid of what they might have. Kind of hoping that they all just dust so I can Spell Pierce. Yeah. They do not have any chance. See, currently, this is what the league is all about. The matchups that we are good against, we just crushed them, like match number 1 and this one. And we played the previous round number 2 and 3. We could have just as easily been 4-0 right now. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say. Okay, I'm on a play again for the last one. Let's get him down. Yep, it's pretty good. Good keep. Let's preordain. I don't think I need more pump spells. I do want to have TIFA because I think next time what I want to do is I want to play down TIFA. Nice, that works. So I'm just going to play TIFA here, past turn. And if this fails, I still have Blood Agent. Reason for playing TIFA is if I can just play the fetch in response to the trigger, I can Groundswell, and that's lethal, and I have Vines up, which is not something that I can do with Blood Agent. See how powerful TIFA is? You just need 1 pump spell and a land, and you win the game. It's so good. They kept the card on top, so my guess is that it's removal. There we go. Leyline Binding, pitching it to Solitude. Sure. They actually played a Boseiju. Interesting, Renin 6. Return Windswept Heath. Okay. I'm just gonna use Groundswell here. All I need is 1 land, and I think we are safe to just go for it immediately. The chances of them having double Solitude are so low that I'm not gonna play around that. If they have it, sure, but that's statistically so unlikely. Force of Negation is fine. I don't really care about that. I have more than enough pump spells, so I just need a land. So they pitched Subtlety and Leyline Binding. It is interesting to me that they actually played the Boseiju, deciding not to keep it in hand, being able to play it forever with Renin 6. That is interesting. Not a land. Unfortunate. This game is not getting better the longer I wait, so I'm just going to go for it. Might of Velcrosa. Even though I didn't find a land. Sucks, but again, so be it. They've already used so many of their spells that chance of them having another one is low. As you can see, all of this is already gone. So let's make them have a good draw step here. And if I just draw land, we win, definitely. Bring back Windswept Heath. Nice. So my guess is what they could have is, since they played a land and did nothing, they might have a Subtlety. But I have more than enough pump spells, so luckily I can decide not to care about that. That's might. Because they played a Subtlety and I still kill it. Next turn I still have might up with Vines. Excellent. This is what I was hoping for. Removal. Sorry, not removal, counter magic, and then I can just do it again and win from there. And their hand was stacked. Okay, pretty happy here. So against control, you pretty much just want to have all your threats. Glistener up is really good. Spell Pierce is good. Harbinger, really good against them. They never see it coming. Sure, they have Solitude, etc., so it's not game over, but these are cards I definitely bring in. Veil of Summer is okay, but they don't count all that much. They have Force and Negation, usually, but that's about it. Sometimes they have like a random counter spell. They bring in Mystical Disputes or stuff like that in the sideboard, but I don't want to swap too much for that. And generally, I like taking out the scale-ups because it has sorcery speed, not very good. And just want to have as much stats as you can because they will need to spend removal spells every single time. Ignoble's not that great in a matchup. Don't want to get rid of too many though. So definitely want to have these. The protection spells are, you just need them always. What I'm going to do is I'm going to trim down one Ignoble. Whoops, that's a Groundswell. That has to stay. So one Ignoble, one Preordain, and one Might. Whoops, misclick again. There you go. I like trimming cards when you think like they're okay, but I don't want to go too low, but I think I should reduce some of them. Just cut one of them. That's fine because it's not like your deck is without them, but you do reduce the chance of drawing them. This hand sucks. Mulligan. This hand's good. I'm going to keep... I wish I could keep all of these, but I'm going to get rid of one, I guess, Royal Treatment. Falls, get rid of a land, sure. I'm going to start with Hedge Maze. Blood Agent. Yep, it's a threat, so let's keep. So the idea here is to just bait out all the removal spells. So I'm going to play Noble next turn. I'm going to assume that it's going to die. I'm kind of hoping that they play Wrenn and Sigs because TIFA plays so well around it. So I'm still just going to play down Noble. They probably do ping, but whatever. Inkmoth Nexus, that's a good draw. I'm just going to play TIFA now because Wrenn and Sigs does not work against TIFA. Seju, that's fine. Yes, please. Gonna get a breeding pool here. I'm not gonna pay. They ping, sure. Another one, sure. That signals desperation to me. That's Royal Treatment. If this works, I think we just win on the spot. Especially with me, it has Ward 1, right? So they need Solitude, otherwise I win. Royal Treatment, I just freaking love the card so much. It would be really cool if we just finish this league by slamming them down with TIFA. I love the card so much. Force Negation, sure man. I'm just gonna kill you. I'm just gonna kill. This is the perfect ending of this league. Slamming them down. TIFA, the powerhouse that she is. Lovely. We just win. TIFA being a 1-2, not getting killed by Wrenn and Sigs. This was the perfect ending. Wow. Summary, this deck is it's just so good. If you just look at this league, like the games we won, 1, 4, and 5, we just won very easily. Round number 1, 4, 5, we won very easily. Round number 2, we only lost because we were mana screwed a couple of times or didn't draw lands, and we could have just as easily won round 2 and 3. It would have been a 5-0 very easily. I'm not sure about these Torpor Orbs if I still want them, but this deck feels so powerful. We played against all meta decks, and we had game against everything. I really do think this deck is powerful. I have not been playing it enough for sure, but I love TIFA, a very good addition, and just give it a try, trust me. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to see you for the next video soon. Bye!